Here on 4 in a few minutes, The Christians shows how Christianity and communism live side by side in countries like Poland, Italy and Russia, where despite the official dogma that God does not exist, 40 million people go to church.
For the kind of houses you leave home for, read New Country Homes and Interiors. New issue, out now.
What is it that makes a cat want to get his teeth into new Catkins Premium? You've got it. It's the chunks. The wonderfully tasty chunks, packed with all the meaty goodness he needs in a way he'll love. New Catkins Premium Meaty Chunks for a cat to get his teeth into.
Try this.
Bread and butter.
No, it's not.
Tastes like it.
It's called clover. And, like butter, it's churned with cream from fresh milk with added vegetable oil. So it spreads from the fridge.
Spreads? And churned like butter?
Only they can't call it butter.
Oh. They can call it bread, though.
Yeah.
Dairy Crest Clover. That's what butter lovers have been waiting for.
On Friday on Channel 4, Wellbeing returns for a new series with a special 2-part investigation into medical accidents. At 8:15, the dilemma of American specialists facing spiraling legal action is considered in Sue the Doctor.
The best obstetricians I know have been sued. And that's the only comfort that you can gain out of the malpractice crisis, is that being sued isn't a reflection of how good a doctor you are.
And at 10:30, the wall of silence surrounding accidents in Britain is investigated. That's Medicine and the Law in Wellbeing on Friday on Channel 4.
Now on Channel 4, the final episode of The Christians looks at the role of the church in the godless state.
Beautiful homes begin at New Way, one of Cornwall's finest centres for furniture, beds and carpets. Create comfort in your home. Relax in furniture you'll be proud of and save with New Way. Bright displays of dining, living room, bedroom and children's furniture, all from leading manufacturers. Carpets fitted free regardless of price or quantity. Homemakers, you'll find New Way well worth a visit. For furniture and carpets in just your style at just your price, come to New Way Showrooms, St Austell.
I didn't know Gareth was such a sportsman.
Neither did I. What are all these cups for?
Well, that one's for boxing, this one's for fencing, these two are for Nescafé.
My favourite cup.
Mine too.
Of course, because only Nescafé has that special blend and roast. For that richer, smoother taste.
Hold on. All these cups are for second place.
With one exception.
Which one?
This one. On Nescafé.
It's second to none.
Nescafé, coffee at its best.
If you've enjoyed this series, you may like to know that there's a Channel 4 book entitled The Christians by Bamber Gascoigne. You can find it in the shops, price £7.95 in paperback. Next Wednesday at 6:30, Flashback starts a second showing of its series on the way film and television have reflected war from the beginning of this century to the present day. The first programme looks at how the Boer War was presented to the British.
Spring highlights on 4. With Heat and Dust in a new season of Film on 4 on Thursdays.
I know I'm a monster egoist. Or a plain monster. But my goodness, for a monster, I do grow fond of other people.
And on Saturdays...
And how is our poor my lad?
He's not very well, dear.
I shall pop in after luncheon.
Wiser to telephone first, perhaps. He's very depressed already. Bye.
And on Sundays, a passionate romance, Zastrozzi.
It is the Red Sea who will die. No one else will complain.
On Mondays and elsewhere.
And just because I'm a doctor now doesn't mean you have to treat me any differently than before. Oh, okay, by me. Just get up on the stool and smile, fat boy. Oh. That's it.
And on Tuesdays, travel to the court of Kublai Khan, Mongol Emperor of China, with Marco Polo.
I have the honor to give you great news, mighty lord. The whole South is now united under your rule. One great country, one empire, the greatest under the sun.
Drama highlights for the spring on 4.
Coming up next over on ITV, This Is Your Life. Here on 4 in a few minutes, the news.
You're looking at, or rather through, an easier way to grow new plants from cuttings. All you do is take your cutting, plant it in the clear-cut pot, wait and watch. The gel contains everything a cutting needs to see it through its first weeks in life. You can see when it's time to plant. The rest you leave to Mother Nature. There, even the instructions are crystal clear. New Fison's Clear Cut. Clear and simple.
To reflect your highest standards, Nescafé Gold Blend introduced the seal of quality, your assurance of all the flavor of the finest Arabica beans. So rich, so pure, so smooth. No other coffee can surpass it.
Pure gold.
I never settle for anything less.
Reach for the Gold Blend standard, only from Nescafé.
Just 3 colors from the Peach Collection. Fresh from Dulux.
Hi, I'm new Pampers, and there's no other nappy like me. First, I'm the only nappy with this new blue waist shield. So even when I get very wet, I can roll right over, and my waist shield helps keep the wetness in to keep your tummy nice and dry. Second, I'm the only nappy with new breathing leg cuffs that let air in to let your skin breathe. No other nappy is as clever as I am. Because I'm new Pampers. I leak less than an ordinary nappy, and I let skin breathe.
Do you know, when I was making that commercial, I was expecting Tamlin. So it must be nearly 9 years ago. Since then, I've had Amy, who's nearly 4, so I know what it's like to be a real working mum doing the real washing up. But during all that time, I've kept using Fairy Liquid, because I could see it was good at keeping the plates clean, and I believed the suds were kind to my hands. But you don't find out until much later, do you? Looking at them now, compared with what they were, I really can't tell the difference. When they sang "Hands that do dishes can feel soft as your face," they should have added, and they can stay that way.
With my green Fairy Liquid.
This is Channel 4. It's coming up to 7 o'clock and time to join Alistair Stewart with Nicholas Owen for the latest world news.
Mid-air bomb blast aboard an American airliner over Greece, at least 3 are dead. Spain rejects Britain's protest over her aircraft carrier sailing off Gibraltar. Hello, good evening. 11,000 feet above Greece, a bomb exploded on board an American TWA airliner this afternoon. 3 people, at least one of them an American citizen, were blasted to their deaths. Several other passengers were seriously injured. The aircraft made an emergency landing at Athens. But was it an isolated case of airborne terror, or the extremists' answer to President Reagan's attack on Libya? Also tonight, the diplomatic row over a Spanish aircraft carrier's adventure into Gibraltar's territorial waters in the dead of night. We examine the implications for the delicate relations between Spain and Britain. Plus, as loyalist protesters attack members of the RUC again, we ask Deputy Leader of the Democratic Unionists what lies behind the violent divide in the Protestant community. The mother of the missing Yorkshire girl says she must have known her abductor. In South Africa, Bishop Tutu finally calls for sanctions and could face arrest for treason. and Lambeth rebel councillors look set to pay their massive fines and step into the political wilderness for 5 years. But first, that bomb explosion on an American passenger plane over Greece, which killed at least 3 people and injured another 7. The TWA Boeing 727 was en route from Rome to Cairo via Athens, when the explosion ripped a hole in the fuselage as it flew over the town of Corinth on the Peloponnese. The bodies of 3 people, a Colombian-born American man, a woman and a child, were discovered in fields near the town of Argos, some 30 miles from Corinth. Despite the blast, the pilot was able to reach Athens airport, where he made a safe emergency landing. According to federal aviation sources in America, the explosion was caused by a pressure bomb, triggered off by the plane's descent to Athens. They say it must have been put on board the plane at Rome, and the president of TWA has just said the bomb was placed under seat 10F near the front of the aircraft.
The plane was carrying 111 passengers and 7 crew and was flying at 11,000 feet when the bomb went off. It's believed that the 3 people who died were sucked out of the plane through the gaping hole left by the blast.